want to thank everyone for joining us today. I think this is our next to last meeting, is it not, Sarah, for summer reading?
Yes, this is the next
Okay.
to the last summer reading meeting for this year.
All right. So this is the next to the last GLS Summer Reading Club 2026 meeting. Many of you all know that every Monday during summer reading, GLS sponsors a reading club where we get together and we talk about a particular topic related to our patrons and or summer reading. And I am very excited today to say that our topic is the National Federation of the Blind's annual conference. The National Federation of the Blind, as well as American Federation, excuse me, yes, American Federation of the Blind, meet every summer. And their conferences coincide with our summer reading program. And our summer reading chair, who was on the line, Sarah Trowbridge, and I had some conversations, and I let her know that I thought it was important that we feature each conference every year because a number of our patrons qualify for membership or are members of the organization, some very, very active members, and we are honored and privileged to have a very active member as a part of our staff. Belva Vanessa Meadows is I think, Vanessa, are you the current chair of the seniors division of the National Federation of the Blind of Georgia?
I'm the president of the senior division.
She's the president of the seniors division of the National Federation of the Blind of Georgia. She's attended many, many state and national conferences, worked on the planning committee for state for the National Federation of the Blind. And we are just really excited every year to hear her observations, to hear who she met, who she talked to. What are some of the things they're talking about on the national level, how some of those things might trickle down to the state level and affect the state level. And so we're going to do a quick conversation, Q&A today with her about the conference and have her talk a little bit about the September conference that National Federation for the Blind of Georgia of the Blind of Georgia will be having here in the Atlanta area. So, Vanessa,
Kristen,
yes, go
one
ahead.
more thing is American Council of the Blind.
I'm sorry. Yes, the other organization is American Council for the Blind,
Oh,
and
of.
of the blind. You
Hmm.
all please, and I'm glad you're correcting me, Vanessa, because this is a mistake that I make frequently, and I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
Of the blind.
yeah, American Council of the
Um,
Blind. Hmm.
yes. So please get me on record for that so that we can teach everyone else as well. For that mistake, so we can teach everyone else as well. Cecily Nipper will be representing that organization or the Georgia Council of the Blind, which is the Georgia division of the American Council. And she will be joining us next week doing this same session. So we're excited to be able to get information from both organizations and perspectives from both organizations and to share that information with our patrons and our stakeholders so that they understand as well. So without further ado, Vanessa, will you please introduce yourself? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you well, let me just read the question. Introduce yourself, Vanessa. Tell us your role at GLS and with NFB of Georgia, and include how many years you served and a few anecdotes about your service with the organization.
Okay, my name is Vanessa Meadows. I am the assistant manager here at GLS, and I have been working here for 27 years. I began my career as a read advisor in 1999 and became assistant manager in 2010. Um, During my time here, I have seen a lot of changes and grow and It has grown and has gotten more involved with the patrons because we were at 1150 Murphy Avenue, and that was not a great location for patrons to come, but that's where we worked. And so there have been a lot of changes. We started off as the Library for the Blind and Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped. Then we became GLAS
Mhm.
while we were at 1150 Murphy Avenue. And then when we got to move from 1150 to 1 Margaret Mitchell Square, they changed it to AMLAS, which stood for Atlanta Metropolitan Library for Accessible Services. And then the GDC became GLASS, GLASS. Um, I'm the one that gave the newsletter the name of Hourglass, HOUR, and that's when we got the Hourglass. That's how glass came along. And then while we were AMLAS, we had other libraries throughout the state. The sub-regionals, they had the one in Columbus, they call themselves CLASS, and then we had some other ones. So after that, they all shut down, and then we became one whole one. So as we moved, we had to move from 1 Margaret Mitchell Square because of renovation. We moved to 55 Park. We were still known as Glass or AMLAS. Then we moved back to 1 Margaret Mitchell Square in 2020, and we got our new name, GLS, which is Georgia Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled. So we have two locations. One is GLS Atlanta, and the other one is GDC, which is in Chamblee. And the first time we moved to the library, we were on the 4th floor, and then now we're on the 1st floor. So we have gone through a lot. And one of my goals was to make sure we have programs for our patrons here in Atlanta. And I started doing some, I think in 2012. Steve Longmire did the keyboarding class. He started that and he was part of the Friends group. So he's been doing it a long time, 2012. Vincent Martin did a program with seniors to see how they would work with him doing technology. And that was done in 2012. And I always wanted to do programs for our patrons for recreational, educational, and a little bit of everything so they can get out and be more social. As of now, we have more programs. Daniel Christmas does the Tech Talk and the 101 Individual Assistive Technology. Steve Longmire is still our instructor for the keyboarding class. I also have a young lady named Vivian that does the crochet class on the 3rd Thursday of each month. The other programs we have done, variety show. We started that when we were on the 4th floor. We've done Poetry Slam, Ice Cream Socials, Poetry Slam. I've had belly dancing, health and wellness workshops, and including that we had laughter yoga, nutritional programs, chair aerobics, line dancing, folk dancing. So that's the programs we have done. And with these programs, we have Friends of the Library, Friends of GLS. And I founded that group. I went and talked to Mr. Dan Aldrich at a GLC meeting, and that's what that got started. Also, GLS Friends of GLS, also they do the bingo. So that's very popular now. And also one of our, excuse me, one of our partners is the Atlanta's Women's Club. So they help us out. They volunteer and donate snacks also. I also developed a program on the go, which is the program on the go and bingo on the go. And this allows us to travel throughout the state of Georgia to let our other patrons throughout the state to see what we do and how they can participate when we come to their area. All right, now the part of the NFB of Georgia. I am now the president of the senior division, the NFB of Georgia senior division. I am the vice president of the Atlanta Metropolitan chapter, which I have been for a long time, quite a while. I have been in the NFB of Georgia for 24 years. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Also, I am part of the Atlanta chapter. I am head of the committee head for the hospitality and the educational committee. Now, the Atlanta Metropolitan chapter, or the NFB of Georgia, I have been to 24 state conventions. And the national, I have been to 25 national conventions. And every convention has been very educational, and you find out a lot. Okay, what's the next question? Did I answer that one?
Yeah, you answered that one. I'm sorry. I was trying to mute myself so you didn't get any background noise here. Okay, so the next question is, how many years have you attended NFB? And you just answered that one. Talk a
Mhm.
little bit about previous conferences, but before we go into the conferences themselves and how many years you've attended, talk a little bit about what NFB is on the national level. Their headquarters is located in Baltimore, Maryland, and there's a number of things that they do. Talk a little bit about what NFB actually is nationally.
Okay, nationally, NFB does a lot of advocating for the blind. At the conventions, we do resolutions, and these some things that they're trying to do now. They're trying to get with a person spends so much money on their equipment that they can use on their taxes to get reimbursed for it. Also, now they're working on one that I didn't know until I got there. That out Microsoft, they want them to get their outlook to work with assistive technology like JAWS and NVDA. The new outlook is not good at all. So
In terms of
working with
accessibility.
JAWS, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good. I had to get mine changed back to classic. It
Okay.
just doesn't work right. It's just something's wrong with it. Also,
Okay.
to advocate about they've done a lot of things about voting. That's how the voting machine started. That you get to go in and have the voting machine.
Hmm.
They're trying to do the Braille bill here in Georgia. This is the NFB of Georgia. And a
Hmm.
lot of states have gone through and got the Braille bill done so they can teach Braille throughout the schools,
For young people in
young
education,
people,
in the K
education.
through 12 system. Yes.
Yeah, in the K through 12 system. Um, Also advocating for blind parents, people who have children. So a lot of places want to take the children away from them because they're blind. They have got laws against that.
Mhm.
They have gotten a lot of places to make their internet service, their websites accessible, like
Mhm.
Target, um, Amazon. They're trying to get them to work. There are a lot of places they try to get their websites to work. So Target has self-service now at a lot of them, and then we're trying to see how that works. I haven't done it yet, but they have a self-service where you can self-service and scan your own stuff. So Target's doing that.
Mhm.
A lot of things, NFB, they do lawsuits, but it's not about money. It's to get them to do the right thing and make
Right.
things accessible. So a lot of people think it's about money, but it isn't. It's more about making things more accessible for all blind people, no matter
Mhm.
if you're part of NFB or not.
Okay. Wonderful. All right.
And then
Talk.
some states have um, voting online, which I would
Mhm.
like. But anyway, that's it.
Okay. Talk a little bit about previous conferences.
Okay, I've been to 24 of those.
What are some of the cities where
Okay,
they've been, and
okay,
what are some of the things that have happened at some of those previous
okay.
conferences?
We've been to Florida in Orlando. We've been to Detroit. We've been to Louisville, Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, Austin this year. Um, we've been to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, excuse me. I missed that one. And Atlanta. We've been to that one. So most of the time they stay in like the southern part of the country, but we did go to Detroit and Philadelphia.
Okay.
The conferences are different. Like some of the vendors, exhibitors,
Mm-hmm.
they have changed. They started doing stuff like technical stuff, low technology for people,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's high tech, a lot of high tech. Different companies have come about. At this one, Meta was there.
Okay.
I think it's the second year they've been at the NFB. We had another one that's Echo Vision. They came last year. They weren't at other ones. Um, we always have had Google since Google's been out. Vespero, which used to be Freedom Scientific,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon. AT guys have been every year I've been, so for like 20 some years.
Okay.
Um, the technology has changed. I missed something this time. Somebody told me they had an AT dog there, a guide dog. I didn't
Mm,
see that. So I was looking for it. I didn't see it. So I don't know if I missed it or unless it was in one of those workshops.
yeah. I'd
Yeah.
heard a little bit about that
Hmm.
too.
And the canes have changed. They got
Mm-hmm.
the red and white canes. They're not red and white all the time. They have GPS on them now.
Mm-hmm.
They have the one with the wheel so you can use for like mountain climbing or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot more tactile things. When I first started, I remember two or three guide dog organizations, and this time they had six. And I met who else? Who was there? What is it different? Yeah, it's more technical now, more technology, assistive technology
Yeah.
than years before, but it had some, but now it's a lot more.
Okay.
Google Maps, not Google Maps, Good Maps. So they started
Mm,
there. Yeah, they were there.
okay. All right. So talk a little bit about this year's conference in general. Who were some of the keynote speakers? What were some of the highlights? What were some of the resolutions that were brought forth? Talk a little bit about this year's conference.
Okay. This year's convention was in Austin, Texas. And some of the speakers, well, I remember we had Jason from NLS. I always get the two Jasons' last name mixed up.
Broughton and
Broughton,
Yas.
yeah. We had Jason Broughton and the other Jason. They spoke.
Hmm.
We had a panel talking about the NFB, what is it called? STEM Slam, where this
Hmm.
is where they teach the young children, kids, teenagers. They go in and they do a lot of science stuff like cutting open squid or a shark. They get to do all that. So that was great for them to feel in touch. So they had that. They were talking about that, and some of the children, they're not children when they're grown ups, went like in 2010, and now they're in their 20s. They're going to college.
Hmm.
Um, some of them are going into technology, science, biology, nursing,
So
laboratory
science
stuff.
was a big
Hmm.
thing at this year's conference.
Yes, it was a lot of science, and they just did that. That they know what that program did for the young people.
Okay.
What
Wonderful.
else?
Who were some of
This year,
the speakers?
this year we didn't have as many speakers as we usually do, which I like better.
Hmm.
Um, we had a mayor from Austin that came, and a
Hmm.
representative from Congress. So
Okay.
that was good. And he did the same thing. He said the National Federation for the Blind. We started giggling, but we understood.
Yeah.
Um, at the banquet we had Kurzweil, and
Hmm.
he's been 52 conventions.
And tell who he is.
He's one that does Kurzweil scanner, and he
Mhm.
does a lot of other things. He also made oh gosh, what was it? Something for Stevie Wonder to play music.
Okay.
So he did invent that for Stevie Wonder. But
Hmm.
he was just talking, and I noticed. I said, "Oh my gosh, he's been to 52."
Hmm.
So that's Kurzweil. We had different programs talking about the resolutions, trying to get things done. And this is where we vote on and say yes to it. But the
Hmm.
main one for me was AI,
Hmm.
making sure AI works
Hmm.
and make sure AI is not. And then Tesla was there. And they have a
Okay.
new car that's the AI car.
Hmm. That and Vanessa, can I interrupt you for a moment
Hmm.
just to give you some context? She's talking about Raymond Ray Kurzweil. I can't ever say his name correctly, but it's Kurzweil. He's a prominent American inventor, futurist, and computer scientist known for his pioneering work in AI, OCR, optical character recognition, and electronic musical instruments. And he's currently serving as a researcher and executive at Google. So that's who she's talking about.
Hmm.
Okay,
He's
go ahead.
doing a lot.
Yes.
But yeah. And this convention this year,
Mm-hmm.
we had enough assistance. The
Mm-hmm.
hotel was great. They assisted us.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Wonderful.
this was to me was the best one since Florida. This
Okay.
one was great. I mean, the people were great and wonderful.
That's
Um,
always great to hear.
yes, this one I have to tell them the hotel was great. I got to make sure I email them.
Okay. That's always important when you have these conferences that the host hotel staff receives at least a little bit of awareness and sensitivity training so that they can properly serve a group of this size, needing to, be catered to in a little different way than the bulk of their standard customers. So that's really good to hear.
Hmm. Now, some things at this one, there were educational workshops and demonstration covering the different topics. We had like Target talking about their kiosks,
Hmm.
Vispero products, which used to be Freedom Scientific,
Hmm.
Google Accessibility, Microsoft Accessibility, uh, AT guys. They have a lot of technology. That's where they have everything, speakers and all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And I met Sam, who has a podcast called the Blind Life. So I met him.
Oh,
I've heard people
wonderful.
talking about he was I met him.
Yeah. And please make sure you let everyone know you met friend of GLS Lashi.
Oh yes, I gotta tell him about that. Yeah, that's one speaker that when she got on stage and he said her name, I said, Lachi. I said, wait a minute, she was here in Atlanta at the Auburn Library. I said,
Hmm.
oh my gosh. So she was there and she was good. And she has a website. So I they don't have her on this information I had. So I'm gonna have to find some information on her. She
Okay.
has her own line of canes now.
Hmm.
She wrote a book and she was great, but she was not in the exhibit hall, which I was shocked. These are some things you all that I thought that were unique. They have uh, this gentleman that has blind hockey. You can play
Mm.
blind hockey, blind tennis. I thought those two things were unique.
Okay. Vanessa, in the chat, I've put a link to Georgia Library Friends of GLS because you mentioned them. I put a link to the NFB of Georgia, and I just put a link to Lashi's music website where she sells her glamour canes.
Yes, and we were laughing. She was so good. Oh, she was funny. We also had Social Security there. The able accounts, if you know what that is, that's to get make sure you can put money back and it won't go against you, because once you get the SSDI, SSI, they start taking money from that. So this time the ABLE account is for that. They had Braille instruction, sports and recreation, and they talked about orientation and mobility techniques. Had library resources, the library, and self-care.
Okay.
They had the smart glasses from Echo Vision and Meta. And then we had a division day, which was July 5th. It's like senior division, the national senior division now, and the national diabetes group they call diabetes. Yeah, the national diabetes group. It's called the Diabetes and Action Network. Computer Science Technology Division, Deaf Blind Division, the National Association for Blind Merchants, Blind Educators, Rehabilitation Professionals. They have a Performing Arts Division. They have Assistive Technology Trainers Division. They had a group called NFB in the Kitchen.
Okay.
They have Amateur Radio Division. Wow. Science and Engineering Division. So I don't get in those because everything overlaps. So it's hard to get to everything. It's so much.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. What was your low of the conference? We'll start with your low, and then you can tell us your high.
My low of the conference was you can't get to everything and you want to, especially what you're interested in.
So many options.
So too many options.
What was your high?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what else. Oh, another thing, the food prices were expensive. That's one of the lows.
Yeah, I would in Texas in the summertime when it's tourist season. I would
Yeah,
think.
and the heat.
Yeah, and the
That's
heat.
the only thing.
And then what was your high?
The high was hold on one moment.
Can you just talk off the
The
top
exhibit hall. My
Okay.
favorite was the exhibit hall in Lachi. So the exhibit
Oh,
hall,
okay.
yeah, Lachi was good.
Okay.
And the best part of the exhibit hall for me, Be My Eyes,
Okay.
Echo Vision, smart glasses, Meta, and this right here was something new I found out. It's called Audio Vista, which is about like if I go to Utah and I have my computer, I can go on their website and then I tell them where I am. It will tell me things around where I am, like where to go to tour and all that. I thought that was great. It's called Audio Vista. It's not an app, but you have to get on a computer. Wherever I am, it tells you what's around you, like things to go to tour and all that stuff. So,
Okay, I'm looking that up to put it in the chat.
okay,
Audio Vista.
yeah,
Okay.
because I had to look that up and write a lot of that stuff down because I was so shocked when they said that. And this right here is my favorite thing to do is to cruise. And I met a gentleman named, it's called CC Trips. And it's spelled CSEECSEA. So it's CC. So CSEESEA Trips. So they can plan your trip. They have 2 trips per year that you can go on cruising. So I thought that was neat. I'd never met them before either. That's something new.
I'm putting it in. I think these are the people I met On my trip, or they're the ones they referred me to, I think.
Yes, CC.
Okay. All
Um,
righty. All right. Let's see. What do we want to?
and Bookshare was there too.
Yeah, they're always there. Did you talk to their rep or no?
No, I didn't get to.
Okay. I know I wasn't sure. All right. What would you like for GLS and our patrons to know, get, or follow up on from the conference? And again, with the things you just mentioned, I'm trying to put them all in the chat. But is there anything else you'd like for our GLS folks to know about the conference, or something you think is real important that they may not get otherwise that you
Oh,
find out at the conference?
okay. I encourage everyone to visit nfb.org and also read this year's resolutions. They're on the website. And to learn more about the exhibitors before they go, make sure they know the exhibitors. There's so many there. We had 50 exhibitors, and then they had a waiting list.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And explore the many resources and programs that were there at the convention. You can't get to them all, and you get to pick what you want. So they have this app NFB does. It's called hashtag NFB like 2026. And it
Hmm.
is an app that you can go in and you can look and see what you want to go see because, like I said, it's overwhelming.
Hmm.
Choose what you really like.
So it's a
And I
conference
think,
planner.
yes, it's a lot. You can't get to all, but if you're into technology, I would go to the technology, go to all the technology stuff or anything. And there's one thing at the exhibit hall that I really thought was different. I've talked to them before. It's a what was it? Oh yeah, they have an organization that gives away guide dogs to children
Oh,
for
wow.
free.
Okay. I've never heard of that.
I had a name down here. I want to
Hmm.
say it's Carnation, but that's not it.
Okay. We'll have to look into that. That is a good thing to share with the group.
Let me see. Let me
See
see.
if we can get some information and keep it in our facility and make a link available from our website. We'll do some research on that. But that's good that you found out at the conference that they existed. Okay.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, and then we had let's see.
You want to
Okay,
read?
next would be my most proudest moment when Jason told the entire affiliate, the National Federation of the Blind national organization, that GLS it got Library of the Year, and the Georgia affiliate started screaming. So they were excited, and that was a tremendous honor for our library.
Yes, and I'll talk a little bit about that before we wrap up.
Yeah, and then I enjoyed becoming familiar with the hotel. It's a huge hotel,
Hmm.
and if I thought I was driving, that's what I thought I was on expressway because you turn right and left here, and it was huge.
Mm, wow.
Now they did tell us the next location of our next national convention,
Hmm.
2027, is in Austin again.
Okay.
In 2028 and 29 in Chicago.
Okay.
2030 Arizona.
Hmm.
2031 and 32 in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
And in 2033 is in New Orleans.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So anyone making plans to try and go to conferences in the future, you have 2 years. Well, they'll be in Atlanta coming up soon, and you can come to the conference in Atlanta. So that's wonderful to hear. I'm glad they gave all those years.
This year there were more people than that. We had 2,625 registered at
Wow.
this convention.
Wow. And you also had companions and family members and
Yes.
all that. So
Mhm. And some
wow.
people came, I don't think they registered. They were there to see people and meet with
Hmm.
friends. So
Wonderful. Wow. All right. So, what are your final thoughts on the conference? And do you have any advice or suggestions for any GLS affiliated folks going next year or those following years when 2 of those years will be in Atlanta?
mhm. uh I would plan your schedule before you arrive, review the agenda in advance, and spend plenty of time in exhibit hall and attend the workshop that interests you the most. Like I said, there are so many. Yeah, and just pace yourself and enjoy the experience.
Yeah, I think that's
And
great
to meet other
advice.
people from different states, and you meet a lot of people. And my aunt went, and she likes going because she's just amazed. But now she's used to it, how everybody gets around. So she goes
Mhm.
to, as she say, to relax.
Sounds like a fun vacation. It actually does. And a vacation where you get to learn a lot and learn about other people and meet other people from all over the country. So, yeah,
Yeah, this
sounds like a great
hotel
time.
was good because they had two restaurants inside.
Hmm.
They had Starbucks. That's the next one. As you go out of the one restaurant, you turn to the right, they had a burger place on the outside.
Hmm.
And maybe 10 feet away, you had a barbecue place. So I
Mm.
thought that was pretty good compared to others.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Variety.
yeah, because it was hot there.
Hmm. I'm sure. I'm sure. It was
Yeah.
hot here, so I'm sure it was hot in Texas. Well, thank you, Vanessa. I'm going to give you any final words on that, and then I'm going to do kind of a wrap up. And actually, I'll give you final words, and then we'll do a quick Q&A if patrons have any questions, and then I'll do a final wrap up. So, um, to bring your remarks to a close, Vanessa, please, how would you like to do that? What would you like to let us know?
I think anybody who wants to go to the NFB convention, I think you should try to go. If you have to, get a roommate, but you will enjoy yourself. You will learn a lot. You'll gain new friends or associates. And that's the main thing. You learn a lot from other blind people. And you learn there's some people who are just newly blind and they're there. And I met this gentleman from Georgia because he said, "Where are you from?" He was an ambassador. Not, yeah, he was calling out, telling people where to come. And I asked him, he said, "Where are you from?" Georgia. He said, "I'm from Georgia." He said, "I just became blind." So we talked a little bit, and the guys are standing there telling me, "You advocating?" And I said, "Yeah, you're going to have to get involved with Georgia affiliate." So
Mhm.
you meet new people that you don't know anything about. And that's what got me. Even in the Georgia affiliate, it's some people I met and I didn't know. I have never met before. So that was great. The open ceremony was good. They had a band there. I call them a blues band, and
Mhm.
they play some nice music. And you get to honor the veterans. And you had them from all over the country, South
Mhm.
Carolina, Georgia,
Mhm.
Tennessee, wherever. So we got to do that. So I think that's one thing. You do learn a lot about veterans that come there that are blind. And
Which is
so,
great because
yes, which is
GL,
great.
yeah, NLS was started for blinded veterans, so it's always
Hmm.
wonderful when they are included in activities. So,
Yeah, they at the first session, they get to come in and they honor them and everything. Play the music. Most time they get a band to come in and all that. They march in and everything. So that was good.
all right,
Hmm.
wonderful.
But
Well,
this one was this anybody who goes the first time,
mhm,
just enjoy yourself. Go to the sessions because it's very educational. Go to
mhm,
the exhibit hall for the technology and other organizations. There are organizations that are free. They have different religions and all that. So you have the religious groups, and you have the technology groups, and you have the low tech groups, you have the tactile groups, and everything.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Vanessa. Before we cut the recording, I do want to give a little bit more information on something Vanessa stated. GLS has won the Regional National Library of the Year Award through the NLS system. There are over 100 libraries around the country in the National Library Service of the Blind and Print Disabled system. GLS won the Regional Library Award this year. So we are very excited to be taking a contingent of 11 folks, that includes Vanessa, by the way, to the Library of Congress this week. We leave tomorrow. The awards luncheon is on Wednesday, and we will return on Thursday in time for our ice cream social on Saturday. So we hope you can join us on Saturday. We'll talk a little bit about the awards program on Saturday, but really we'll just enjoy some ice cream during National Ice Cream Month and during what is Vanessa's last full month with us doing a year with us, excuse me, doing the ice cream social. So after 27 years, Vanessa is retiring. Her retirement date is September 1st, which means next month is her last full month of employment with us. So we encourage you to give her a call, give her some words of encouragement as she transitions into her wonderful next act in life. But we thank her so very much for the 27 years of service that she's given to us, and the same amount of time, if not more, that she's given to the National Federation for the Blind. So, excuse me, of the blind. And
Thank
that
you.
again serves as an educational moment. The National Federation of the Blind. It is not for the blind, it is of the blind. It is the organization for the organization of the blind for themselves, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you all so very much for joining us today.
Kristen, I
We're
found
gonna.
that name of that organization I was talking about to give
Mhm.
guide dogs free to children.
Okay, go
It's
ahead. You
Mirror Foundation.
say it again.
Mirror Foundation.
Okay. All right. And I'll put the link to that in the chat. We're going to end the recording now, but we're going to give you all the opportunity to ask Vanessa questions. I want to thank everybody for attending today, and this recording will go up on our website soon. So anybody who didn't get to attend today, if you want to give them our website information, they can go in and listen to this session as well. But thank